Welcome to Kitchen Conversations, a series of short films for kinship carers. They're the people who step in to help and look after children when parents are no longer able to. I'll be chatting to staff from Children First and also to the kinship carers themselves. In this film, we'll hear from kinship carers about how they resolve conflict situations. So, Maureen, when we talk about family conflict, are there specific examples of conflict within your family that you can draw on?
I'm in conflict with my daughter about the kind of lifestyle that's brought about my grandson staying with me. And, it's been difficult for him because he's had to deal with people saying horrible things about his mother. And also, he's had to ask questions about why his mum chose her boyfriend instead of him, and things like that. So that can make me angry, really angry, but at the same time, just got to deal with that in the best way that I can.
So when we talk about dealing with conflict, is it fair to say that part of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis is trying to avoid conflict?
Yeah, I try to, minimise any conflict and try and put some sort of sensible suggestions forward in ways of dealing with the issue of why his mum did X, and explain to him that, and try to minimise the idea that in any way he's got it's his fault, because nothing's his fault. So just trying to protect him really and make him cope with the things that have happened to him.
Would you have any tips from your own experience in terms of dealing with conflict, Maureen, that you would suggest others might benefit from?
Probably not losing your temper would be the main one. I think trying to stay calm, because if you lose your temper, shout, the other person's going to shout back, fight or run away.
Conflict's perfectly normal within families, of all kinds.
I think that's one of the most important gifts that a parent or carer can give to a child, to understand that things are not always easy and life is full of problems. It's having the resilience and the understanding to work through those problems, to deal with it, and to look for a solution and to look for a way through, rather than just to run away, as you mentioned, which is maybe sometimes why their parents are not able to look after them in the first place, because they've run away.
When I've got my grandson, him and my granddaughter, everything was fine to start off with, love each other and they're good pals and they wouldn't hurt each other. But that all broke down a wee bit, and they were pulling each other's hair, fighting and everything. And I was a wee bit scared to tell the social worker about that, because I was thinking, oh my God, I'm not doing this right, they're fighting, they've got to take the parent away from me. Everything was fine until he came, and I was scared to mention it. So I did eventually, because I needed to get help. I needed to get one-on-one help with him. And she says, relax. She says, it's sibling rivalry. It happens. You're not doing nothing wrong. But I was in a right panic because these two had started fighting. But everything can be worked out. It's just time, that's all it is.
It's important, Jackie, when we talk about conflict, to understand that what Maureen and Angela are talking about here, albeit in their own situations, is not unique to their families. In fact, not unique to any family.
It's not unique, but it is polarised. And on the helpline, we hear very often from kinship carers how they feel quite isolated, just like Angie was saying. They can be surrounded by a lot of family and a lot of helpers, but actually they feel really alone. But like we've heard here too, they're often very, very good, almost always very good at keeping the child at the centre of everything and sacrificing themselves.
And when it comes to dealing with conflict or other issues, both Maureen and Angela have talked about getting help from outside, whether it's just someone to talk to or attending a formal group. How important is that for each individual to try to do that if that's what they feel they need?
If they feel that they need it, I think it's really good that there are services there for them and there are people who want to help. Some people don't want to reach out for help, and they'll have their own reasons for doing that. Do you find the groups help?
I was just overwhelmed because I went into the room and there was that many people around the big table, and they were all there, and I was like, and you're all kinship carers. I couldn't believe it. And see there, you can say anything you want. It's brilliant. And
people will understand because they've been through
see,
much
when
of
you're
it
greeting,
themselves.
they're greeting me. Honestly, it's a really great support group. I do care what they say, really.
I think it's really important that these services are there and that they're honest and sincere and that they understand the issues that people might be facing and they understand each individual will be facing a different issue. We try to be absolutely in the moment with everybody who phones us and to spend as long as they need. We don't have a limit on time. And as I said before, we will phone people back. We will keep in contact with them, we'll offer that support. Sometimes it's just that so that they know that somebody cares about them, because they're vital to the well-being and the ongoing development of that child. So then the carer themselves getting the help means that the child is getting the help.
And that's all from the kitchen for now. Remember, help, information and advice for kinship carers is available every day from our helpline. The number is 08000 28 22 33.